everyone, and welcome to Pass the Mic. Thank you for joining me. And today, you see this handsome man sitting next to me? Say hello to everybody.
Hi, I'm Quest.
This is Quest. Quest, how old were you when I met you?
Oh, God.
He was a little pike.
Yeah, probably 9. Mom says 9.
Mom, 9.
Mom says 9.
The voice from beyond.
I was gonna go with 8, but 9's a pretty fair estimate. Yeah.
Just adorable then and adorable now. What's our song for the week?
Our song for the week is "Summertime," the Ella Fitzgerald song.
Summertime. Ella Fitzgerald up in the house. I don't know about that, but Ella, bring your spirit on in the house. Bring your spirit on in the house. All right. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Sweet. Sweet. Summertime. And we're about that time now here in Southern California.
Oh, yeah. It's heating up. It was real cold for a while. Not anymore.
No!
But as is the way the year goes.
So, Quest, what have you been up to?
I have been making a lot of music, and I have been doing a lot of backstage work for my school's technical program.
Oh, how cool is that? Now, what kind of music?
I'm in my school's second jazz band. We have 4. So we have the top one that's studio, and sorry, I have paint on my hand. The top one that has that's studio, and I'm in Jazz A. And studio and Jazz A both went to the Swing Central Savannah competition, which is in Savannah, Georgia. Studio took second place in the nation, and
really, second place?
Yeah, not my band, but
Studio's
the band above us.
I mean, that's from your school, though.
Yeah. We were the only band.
You get bragging rights.
Yeah, we were the only school.
Wow.
Because it's everyone's judged like independently, and so we submitted our audition, and so did studio, and we both got in.
How cool is that? Let's get some love for that. Yes, I love that. Now, how many instruments do you play now?
Oh God. Well, there's got to be 2 categories. There's got to be the category of like things that I play on a regular basis.
Okay.
Of which there are like 4 things that I'm like proficient.
Oh. And I was going to ask that question. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah.
Because people be saying they can play all this, but then they can't really play it.
Yeah, I play proficiently 4 instruments, and that's guitar, mandolin, banjo, and ukulele.
Oh my.
And then after that, there's like ocarina, stylophone.
What is an ocarina?
An ocarina is like a traditional kind of whistle type of flute thing.
Oh.
I also there's like a Native American type flute that I play sometimes, and these are all just like little fun things. I have little pocket synthesizers and stuff like that are just toys, cigar box guitars, stuff like that.
So much. That's awesome. Now, when you guys went to the competition, what did you guys play?
We played 3 songs. We played Doozy, which is just a jazz blues. And
did you play guitar in the band?
I played guitar for Doozy. That was the only song I actually played guitar on for the competition pieces. So we played Doozy, Half the Fun, and every band had to play one song the same. That was Night and Day, another Ella type deal. Yeah. And that was super fun. My extracurricular band, we're going by Jelly at the moment.
Jelly.
That's the band name. Our only female member, Liana Leininger, she sang for the jazz band. She's a saxophone player.
Okay.
So that was super fun to watch. And we played a couple of other things, Scott's Place and a couple other just jazz songs.
Nice. Well, no wonder you all into the jazz right now.
Yeah, it's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. When he said, look, I can't even remember the name right now.
Summertime.
Thank you, Summertime. It's brain mash right now. Summertime, I was like, wow, that's one of the all-time great standards.
Yeah.
And there was a documentary done on Ella Fitzgerald where she was in Canada. Mm-hmm. And she scattered a line, to her band, to her horn players.
Yeah.
They played it and scattered a line back to her.
Mm-hmm.
She sang the line and then scattered another one back to them. So they did this a few times. So they were like, okay, we got her. So they started doing, I don't know what you call it with the horn, but they were making sounds like that with it. And then she did it back vocally.
Getting some growl in there, yeah. That's so funny.
You saw one of the horn players like, man, I give up.
That's great. I have to check that out. Do you remember what it's called?
Well, it's I think it's Ella Fitzgerald's life story.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a PBS. I do know. I think it was on PBS, but I'm sure you can find it.
I'll try and check it out.
Yeah, amazing. And since you're into the jazz, you can't be into the jazz without Ella.
Yeah.
Now you're also working behind the scene.
Yes. Yeah.
How is that different for you?
Backstage work, tech work is super fun. I got into it. Let's see. What was the first show that I teched? The first big show that I teched was definitely last year's spring musical. That was Big Fish.
Okay.
And I was a ropes operator, so I would fly everything in and out, and I just fell in love with it. And it's some of the most fun work that I've done. And the bonus is, so long as you don't mess up and nobody else messes up, you just get to watch a show every night for free. And so then this year I got my first both of my opportunities to operate a soundboard, which is really something that I enjoy and something that I think I'm good at.
All right. Well, you have to be the one that believes in yourself. Come on now. If you don't, why would anybody else? Yeah.
Absolutely. I learned how to do sound through the student musical, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee.
Okay.
Killer show, just in the Black Box Theater, with just like a tiny little band, 2 horn players, piano player and drummer.
How many seats?
100-seat theater.
Okay.
And so I had to mix them and the actors, and it was just a blast. And then my work on that got me able to do the sound, which is normally hired, but you hire a professional. But I got that free labor.
Free labor. Oh no. What's the word? Exposure.
Yeah,
they love to use exposure.
Work experience. Yeah.
If you do this, you'll have some exposure.
Yeah.
I don't need no more exposure, people. I don't need no more exposure. That don't come with a check.
Exactly. But it's very fun, and it'll be a good thing to get around.
That is awesome.
Working on a full-fledged musical as a technician.
I'm going to say this about sound. Of course, I can't do what I do. You can't do what you do without sound.
Yeah.
And, you have rehearsal at empty theater.
Yeah.
Once people come in there, sound people of America, of the world, the sound changes.
Yeah. You got to be on it.
The sound person that goes and sits back and go, okay, we already set the levels.
Yeah.
We set the levels, but that's not it. So don't be that sound person.
No, I do my best not to be. I've
Walk
heard,
around, baby.
Well, it's hard. It's hard to pull yourself away from the board.
Yeah.
But, there's just every second of the show, I could be like, I could sound a little bit better, just a little.
Just a little.
And to be honest, the head of the knob is probably the only thing that's moving, and the actual component isn't. So it's.
But it's nice that, the excitement and the being engaged in the sound, because without it, I mean, it's a whole different world.
Yeah.
It's a whole different experience for everybody there.
Yeah.
I was at a concert not too long ago, and to show how technology, I don't know how much technology you guys are using with the sound, but they had everything was hooked up through the board, through a computer. So one of the videos that was going to show before this group came out, something went wrong with that, and it bugged everything.
Oh yeah.
They couldn't do anything for a while. It shut down everything. But it's really nice when the video hit, then the group was on stage.
The way you can line things up with the QLab and like modern.
QLab, that's what they Oh, you guys are using the big time stuff.
We got a pretty nice theater at my school. We're very privileged in that. It's very nice.
Yeah, that is very nice. They don't have none of that.
No, we have backlit projections. The only way we can afford it is to rent it out all the time. But it's a lovely thing to have at the school. And
you get to now, when you guys rent out the theater, do you ever get to participate in any of those?
Yeah. I mean, only as a technician, obviously. Yeah. That's another fun thing. I mean, unfortunately, most of the stuff that we rent it out for, it's like business meetings.
Okay.
Sometimes like a seminar.
Okay.
And so it's not the most exciting work in the world. But occasionally we will get a client that wants to rent it out to do a musical or whatever. A lot of the surrounding youth musical theater companies use our theater.
Nice, because they top dog. So now, I got to ask this question, because young people in this time and era, millennials.
Yes.
Millennium.
That is what you people decided to call us.
I didn't give y'all that name.
No,
but I ain't mad at you. What's your take on that? What do you feel about that?
It's very interesting. I was born in 2000.
Okay,
so
you were.
I'm right on it.
Yeah.
A lot of people say.
I was living in 2000.
You have to be before that or after that. My definition is it's up to 2000 is where the millennial hits, because that's the millennium.
Yeah.
People say 1999 and before. Some people say up to 2005.
Yeah.
But I mean, the whole, like, I guess mindset of it. I mean, it comes across on like the news and stuff like that as very, like, almost antagonistic, and so you just find yourself being like, I'm just a person. I didn't think that because I like my phone a bit more than you do, I was the devil.
The new devil. It's the new devil.
With the eye devil.
Actually. I like that, the eye devil.
But yeah, I mean, I stay out of it. You've known me for a very long time.
Yeah.
I'm very much into the old stuff, old music, old methodologies of things. So I'm not too caught up in it, I like to think. I don't know. Mom, how do you feel about that? Let's see. But yeah, it's super... It's weird to look at, but there's some credibility to it.
Well, I mean, I think, like you said, you people gave gave us this name. I'm a millennial now. You gave us this name. I was born in 2000. And it's the you people that are making these statements. I think it's like anything else with people that are different. Because definitely being born into the era of technology changed everything.
I mean,
everything.
For me and for everyone in my class. Excuse me.
No worries.
For me and everyone.
Just did one myself.
Everyone in my class. It's just like the internet and having access to that and constant news media and all of that type of stuff. It's something we always had the internet, And when social media started to blow up, we were just at the age where we were starting to figure out what it was.
Yes.
And like starting to be able to understand what it could do, and so we grew up into it.
You did.
And like kind of intertwined.
Yeah.
And so it's not as much we're addicted to it. It's just part of the generation, just where we landed on the timeline.
I agree with you 100%. I mean, a lot of the apps that people go crazy over are created by millennials.
Yeah. I mean, we've with growing up into it, we've grown up with the market and seeing what it does, and so the people who are, I don't know how to do any of it, but I got 2 of them, and I'm just like, I'm good. But the people who are creatively minded and know how to program those types of games and stuff are the future of that type of an industry. And it really is an industry at this point.
It is an industry. Now, I do have to ask you a question. Are you a gamer?
I was. I wouldn't say I'm as much of a gamer as I used to be. I was definitely super into it for a long time. Didn't make my mom very happy. Then I was into skateboards for a while, and then I landed on music, and it took up all my time.
Yeah, well, music, is a beautiful thing, and not that gaming isn't. Gaming is. It's an industry. It's creative to see where the games were and where they are today.
Oh yeah, it's. I'm still fascinated by games. I still, I follow the community and I follow the industry, but I just don't have time to sit down and play it myself anymore.
The thing that would get me was all day. I dated this guy that he definitely wasn't no doggone millennial. He was a gamer, and he could spend an entire weekend on the couch gaming. And okay, that's personal. I didn't understand it. Yeah. But it's a part of the technology that we're learning how to deal with.
Yeah.
I think families are learning how to incorporate technology into family time. Mm-hmm. Because not just the kids don't want to put their phones down. You got a lot of parents.
Oh yeah. And a lot of parents who instead of putting their phones down, or maybe the only time that they do put their phones down is when they give their phone to their kid to get them to shut up for a minute. And so there's this whole kind of addiction mindset on the phone thing, and it's very strange. I was talking in my I take a specialty science fiction English class at school.
Oh, that's interesting. Science fiction English?
Yeah, it's just it's a more focused type of thing that we got. I think it was just this year, and I was like, well, sure. But we were talking about in Finland, they are cutting homework.
Really?
They're cutting homework and standardized testing. So no more like SATs, ACTs, which is odd actually for them specifically because they blow everyone out of the water.
Right.
They're great at it. So it's like, why would you get rid of
what you do best?
But they are, and people were saying, well, you could do that. You could get rid of homework 40 years ago, but now it's just gonna be video games. And I think that when we were talking, we were saying like, well, if there's so much homework and there's so much stuff to do all the time, and this goes back to even when the generation after mine, like the people who were kids, like now, they see the phone as like a reward or something that you can't have all the time, so that when you do get access to it, you got to just use it all the time. You can't be focused on anything else. And so that, and then for my generation, it's like we have homework to such an extent that when we do get a little bit of free time, you just want to watch TV or you just want to do this or that. And then, like for me, I've experienced this personally. It's like once I hit senior year and the homework really kind of backed off a lot, I found myself, I could watch TV for like hours. And I'm like, and I was thinking about it in class, and I was saying, well, if I hadn't been trained like that, and it's it's nobody's fault, it's just the way that it was,
right?
if I wasn't used to that, to the, I have free time, I'm going to watch TV, I'm going to do this or that, would I be more creative? Because I'm a creative person, but
you're very creative.
But would that be the case if it was?
That's an interesting question. The fact that technology now is so involved with the creative process.
Yes.
And it makes things a lot easier. You know, I saw them having a program on kids that utilize their iPads or tablets to create the video for the homework project.
Yeah.
That, you know, so there's all these lines that just aren't clear.
Yeah, definitely.
They're unclear. And that's what happens in the new age. We're in a new age.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, the rapid growth of technology, and especially in how they're implementing technology into education specifically.
Yes.
There's so much. I mean, I remember when the first schools were like, we're giving every student a laptop.
Wow.
And it was like, whoa. And now it's like a hefty percentage of schools are like, they're not good laptops, but they are laptops because you need a laptop to do this. And they're implementing, they have to give every student a laptop because now laptops are necessary for you to go through the curriculum.
For a lot of it. I mean, it does make a lot of things easier. I mean,
yeah.
Come on. And you can keep it and retain it and store it. I don't know about on the cloud sometimes. Sometimes the cloud. But that's a really cool thing. So, moving on from changing the world.
Changing the world, yeah.
I hear that you got the opportunity to play an album on a stereo.
What? Oh. Like my record player?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Eric's. I mean, it's my stepdad's.
Yeah.
But it is a lovely thing, and I have my own. I've started my own little record collection.
Oh,
he has
really?
He has the main thing, then I have a little side compartment over there, and it's, I don't know, it's fun for me. I have these old. I go to Goodwill.
Uh-huh.
And I look through record bins at Goodwill, and so it'll be like 50 cents.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I found like, you know, I like outdated music, so I find like these like Dixieland albums and these old like musical comedy duo albums and stuff like that. Like one's just called That's Corny, and it's like, okay, this is weird, but I love it. I mean, and I'm not much of an audiophile, so I can't say for it sounds warmer, it sounds like this or that. But there is something about the experience of it and the experience of like just laying on the couch and listening to an album through
Right.
that I think is missed out on by the millennials.
Well, because you have to get up if you don't want to, if you want it to stop.
Yeah.
Or if you want to go to another, I don't even know. They probably have some record players now, I'm sure, that are remote control that could skip, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this one for this one, we definitely have to go over there and pick it up and move it to the next track. And that's a whole nother thing as far as like, you know, my generation buys songs.
Yes.
Which wasn't an option.
No, it was not. You had to get the whole album.
And so there's something that's missed, I think, from the complexity that is like the track list of an album when you don't have to care about that because you're trying to sell 3 songs and the rest are just whatever.
Throwaways.
Like when you get to sit down and listen to, you know, the entirety of whatever.
Yes.
You get that full experience and you get to hear a little bit more of like what was happening in that person or that group's being.
Speaking to that, I don't know if you know who Marvin Gaye is. Do you know him?
I'm
kind of, sort of.
Vaguely, yeah.
Marvin Gaye. Well, he created this album that really blew me away. It was after a traumatic breakup in his life. Mm-hmm. And from the beginning of it to the end, he took you on a journey through this relationship.
Yeah.
It was, and in this album, it had no, in the old days, the albums would have the where you were going from one track to the next track.
Oh, it just flowed into it?
It just flowed into it. So he ended one song with either talking about what was taking place now.
Really?
Yeah. If you get a chance, I think the album is called Hear My Dear. One of the most, I have chill bumps right now talking about it.
Is it like what type of music? Like Motown type of?
No, that was so much. He was beyond Motown then. It was R&B, jazz. Marvin Gaye was beautiful with harmonies.
Really?
Yeah, the harmonies that he came up with and the just the melodies that he would hear. It just blew me away. It told the entire story. By the time you finished that album, you either hated that woman,
right,
or you wanted to give her a can of, you know what I'm saying.
That's great, yeah.
But it moved you in a way that you, taking any one song out of its place, would have taken you off the road.
Of course.
It would have taken you off the journey. So I understand what you're saying there.
Yeah.
So, senior. You are now a senior.
Yes, I am. I get to graduate in a couple months. I'm very excited.
And so, what are your plans? What are you thinking?
Nothing's super tied down yet. I'm planning to go to the Santa Monica City College.
Nice.
And the major is either technical theater, the backstage work, or music, the jazz. So the two things that I do. Haven't picked one yet, but
it's a beautiful time.
Yeah, it should be super fun. I'm very excited to do that.
You get to explore.
Yeah, and then probably not the first year, but the second year I'm planning on finally moving out. And that should be a very interesting experience. But it's exciting and it's nerve-wracking, but it's gonna be fun.
I'm very excited for you. This is a really exciting time because you are stepping into more of adulthood, but also into more choices. Have fun and explore.
Yeah, I thoroughly intend to.
Yeah, you don't. Nobody knows. I'm gonna do this, and some do, some don't. Mm-hmm. But it's great to explore what's coming up for you.
Right. I mean. Yeah, it's very interesting. I'm hoping to start getting out into a scene.
Jelly.
Maybe with Jelly, maybe with somebody else, but I don't know. It should be fun. I'm trying to do live music.
Very cool. Now, when you do live music, what type of music do you do?
My last band was called Acoustic Electric, and that was. The only way I can describe the music that I make is fusion. I'll take one of the many normally banjo or mandolin.
Okay. You know what's cool about that? You don't get to see a young cat playing banjo.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Unless you're in Tennessee.
I'm working to bring it back. I'm working to bring back four-string banjo playing, which is a very kind of lost to Dixieland art. Trying to put that back into the rock scene with mandolin as well.
Wow.
So
those are great instruments.
We played. We actually last year, or this year in October.
Okay.
We played the Battle of the Bands at my school,
and
we took that. We won that. Which is a little bit of a mark of honor because we've had some very interesting bands come through my school, Incubus and Linkin Park.
Okay.
Just a couple of those guys, and it's a very
it's an honor.
Yeah, it's a great thing to get to go and play in. And so we just had a banjo, a cajon, a little slap box.
Oh wow! Oh yeah. I love those things. It's so much. You get so much out of that little thing.
Yeah, and so we had me on the banjo, my girlfriend on the cajon, and my best friend Philip. He was playing a authentic from the '80s guitar.
Really?
Yeah, and so we had him playing that. With all these weird different synth sounds.
Yes.
So that's the music that we made with that, and it was super, super fun.
Now, are these all instrumentals, or is there somebody doing vocals?
No. Me and Phil wrote songs for a long time. He's kind of moved on from it because he wants to be a teacher.
Okay. Okay.
But
We all gotta,